Hello, everyone. Davening with the Haftorah of Parshat Naso, dedicated to the loving memory of Lucy Maya and Rina Dei Zichronam Livracha, to the success of our soldiers fighting in the field, and to the speedy return of our hostages. May they all return alive and well. So we get to Parshat Naso, which talks about, amongst many things, becoming a Nazir. And of course, the Haftorah talks about the most famous Nazir in the history of the Jewish people, and that is the birth of Shimshon the Nazir. The main part of the Haftorah doesn't talk about Shimshon being a Nazir, but rather talks about the precursor to his birth. God commands the parents of Shimshon that he be a Nazir from birth, namely the minute he's born, he be a Nazir. Namely, unlike the Parsha where you voluntarily become a Nazir, whenever you feel like it, in the Haftorah, they're commanded to do so from the time he's born. But what's interesting is an overlooked part of this story that I believe is the main part of the Haftorah, and that is that the angel came first to the mother of Shimshon. When the mother of Shimshon tells her husband says, "No, I want to see it for myself." So the angel returns and ultimately says, "Everything I told your wife is true." The angel doesn't get upset for having to return twice. He doesn't berate the father of Shimshon for not believing his wife. He actually returns twice, and that part seems to be logical. As a matter of fact, it seems to be a legitimate request. And I believe there's a message here. And that is something that could be basically summed up with three words that we say at the beginning of our Amidah. Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu. My God and the God of my forefathers. We're going to say it tonight in Davening. We're going to say it tomorrow as well as at Mincha. First and foremost, my God. Secondly, the God of my forefathers. You cannot base Judaism just on the fact that this is the way it was and this is the way it's going to be. Elohei Avotenu is important. Being the God of my forefathers is vitally part of Judaism, but it's just part. You have to build your own relationship with God. And therefore, maybe the Haftorah's message is, it's not enough just to say, this is the way our family was, and this is the way we're going to be. Maybe the Haftorah's message is, you have to build your own relationship with God. You have to go ahead and formulate, what is your davening going to be like? Not just look at the way your father and your grandfather davened. You have to formulate how your Shabbos table is going to be run. Not just look at the way your forebears ran their Shabbos table. Perhaps their Shabbos table was the most appropriate and suitable for their time, but maybe not for your time. Yes, the format's going to be the same. The Shabbos table is going to begin with Kiddush and Hamotzi, and it's going to end with benching. That's the picture frame. But how you paint the picture is going to be different. Therefore, the husband of Shimshon says, I want to see it for myself. If I'm going to build a relationship with God via my son, the holy Nazir, I need to do it myself. It cannot be just via my wife. And I believe, in general, as we embark in our Avodas Hashem, in our holy work of service of God, it cannot just be by carbon copy of people we saw, of forebears, and of many, many other examples that are important, because that's just 50% of the story. That's Elokei Avotenu. It is also Elokeinu, my God. We have to build our own relationship, built on what we experienced, built on what is important to us. If our forebears serve gefilte fish, maybe we'll serve sushi. If they serve meat, maybe we'll serve chicken, or maybe we'll be vegetarians. The most important thing is, they celebrated Shabbos, and we're celebrating Shabbos. They celebrated Shabbos in the way that was appropriate and suitable for them, and we're celebrating Shabbos in the way that's appropriate and suitable for us. So as we read this Haftorah, just days after Shavuos, may it be God's will that we not only transfer the Torah to the next generation, but rather receive it anew to a personalized relationship with God. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom.